gonna give me a heart attack on this show. I'm telling y'all, these girls came to sing tonight. Hey fam, what's up, what's up, what's up? This is Robert Anton here, robertantonnyc, coming to you with your no frills American Idol commentary from a singer. And I will say it again, these girls came to sing, they came to win tonight. And let me tell you what happened. It was the top 3 performance show. This week we got the homecoming clips for each idol, and they had 3 rounds tonight, and the theme was rounds chosen by others. So Jimmy chose 1 round, the judges chose the other, and the producers or the production team chose the 3rd round songs. Alright, let's start out with Jimmy's choices. Kree Harrison did Perfect by Pink, and I always love the way Kree sounds, but I think she needed to have a little more grit and sincerity for this performance. It wasn't her best vocal either. She also didn't have a wow moment, and she needs to have one every single performance. I mean, we are at the top 3. You got to put a wow moment in there if the song doesn't have one. Key said no matter what the song she sings, she's a country girl. Nicki said her voice is filled with so much quality, but it felt short to her. Randy said he didn't love the song for her and she sounded good but didn't have a lot of pizzazz. Mariah said she felt like she was connected to it but she could have gone further. And I was saying on Twitter that it seemed like, you know, there was a strange energy going on this first song tonight between the judges and everything. They were kind of laughing and snickering under their breath and stuff like that. And it seemed to me like she was not very happy with the song. And so I was like, well, you know, that was a bad song choice for some. But you know, this is a competition and they go through rounds. They do these themes for a reason, and I think I've said it before. This is all a challenge for each and every single one, every single time. If they pick a bad song for you, or you think it's a bad song for you, your job is to make that song yours and show us the best that it can be in your voice, no matter what the song is. And I felt personally, just watching, I felt like she had an attitude about doing this song. She didn't want to do it. She didn't like it, so she didn't give her best on it. And in my opinion, that's a fail. That's just a fail. Let me know what you think. Candice Glover did One by U2. And the look and feel of this beginning of the song reminded me of her love song Treatment, but it totally broke away when she got into the meat of the song, you know, and picked up everything, and she really got into it. So expressive and forceful. A very nice rendition. Nicki shouted out Jimmy for choosing the song and said she felt like she was at Candice's show. Randy said the emotion was on point. Mariah said she always brings so much to the table as a singer and she felt it. Keith mentioned her power even in her quietness. And Lauren, Alaina, and Alicia Keys are performing tomorrow night on the show. Hey, I'm not gonna get to see you. Oh. But you guys, I hope you're going to tweet me and tell me how it went. Angie Miller did Sorry Seems to Be the Hardest Word by Elton John. And I actually liked the way she was sounding on this, and her interpretation was showing off her particular talents very well. All the looks and the shrugs and the smoldering. She was putting it to very good work on here, and I wrote nice work. Randy said she did a good job holding back on this and said she sang the verse more interesting than some other things she'd sung. Mariah said it was one of the best performances she'd seen her do. Keith told her that she could break people's hearts singing really gently and he wished she'd hold back even more. Nicki said it was a stellar vocal, but it didn't hit her emotionally. And Jimmy Iovine was giving comments after the round was over. So we went to commercial, we came back, and we got some Jimmy Iovine comments. I didn't write them all down, but Jimmy gave the first round to Angie. So if you're enjoying the commentary, please remember to thumb it up, thumb it up, thumb it up. I need your help. I need your thumbs. I need you to let me know that you're enjoying the show. Because this is a show. Y'all know I'm trying to put on a show for you over here. Okay. The next round was the judges' picks, and the idols got to go home, and we saw the clips. Candice was up first, and she went home to St. Helena Island in South Carolina with the private plane, the limo service, the police escorts, and all that, and lots of crying. Then she performed Next to Me by Emeli Sande, and I like how her voice just rang like a bell in the beginning and throughout the song, but really in the beginning I noticed that it was just so clear and pure, present and forward, and she seemed to want to strut the stage more than usual tonight. She did in the first song too. She walked a little more than she usually does. Keith was having spasms while she was singing, but Nicki was mean mugging. It looked like she was mean mugging to me. Mariah said she was A+ amazing. And she sees very good things happening for her future. Keith said he saw that she was in a conversation when she started it and she was in the zone in the end. Nicki was actually emotional. She wasn't mean mugging. She was trying to hold back tears and stuff like that when she was watching. I thought she was like, and she's trying to hold back tears, and she was very emotional and said that she was so proud of her and congratulations. And then everybody else said something. Then Nicki came back and talked about why she was so emotional. And you guys gotta watch that. I'm not gonna go through it. It's gonna take too long. Then Angie Miller did "Try" by Pink, and the judges seem to be picking songs more current and with some pace and rhythm. I like that Angie was serving up some sassy siren looks and really rolled the vibe of the song. For once, I really felt like her intensity was natural and unaffected as opposed to her put on for the cameras and stuff like that. She was just all in the song and the performance and just doing her thing. I really enjoyed it. Keith said she's never looked this comfortable without piano as she did tonight. Nicki said she believed every single word and agreed with Keith. Randy said that the song fit her like a glove and she sounded amazing on it. Mariah said she's really found her place on the stage. Next, Kree went to Woodville, Texas, and for her performance, she did "Here Comes Goodbye" by Rascal. And she really seemed to get inside this song and gave us as much emotional content as she's given on the show so far. When I see her, I always think of professionals who've been doing it all their lives, just so poised, so professional, so not pandering anything, not trying to please anybody, just doing her thing. A great vocal, skilled performance for all to enjoy. Nicki said the love was surrounding her and she felt every word. Randy said she sang her heart out and it was unbelievably beautiful and called it brilliant. Mariah said she's overwhelmed with her realness when she sings. Keith was a little teary-eyed and said she had him from the beginning to the end. And Jimmy came with his comment and said the judges did an incredible job of picking the songs and gave round 2 to Kree, and the top 10 were in the audience. I wrote that later, and the top 10 were in the audience. For the last round, we had the Idol production team picking the songs. Angie Miller did "Maybe" by Emeli, Sande, and she finished us up tonight at the piano like the judges have been crying for most of the night. They always mention that piano after she performs and she don't got it. They just talk about it, talk about it, talk about it. And there was something about her falling off the notes in the middle of the song that I wrote it bothered my ears. But she really shined when she went into the final section with all the high intense notes. That is where her voice just is always so solid and so great. Randy said tonight she became a complete performer. Mariah said the emotion was there and she felt like she was there and present and did an amazing job. Keith told her to sing under the piano next week. Because he said she sang away from it, she sang on top of it, she sang at it. He said next week sing under the piano. So I think he's pretty sure she gonna be coming back. Nicki said her growth has surpassed her expectations and we feel her emotional connection. Kree Harrison did "Better Dig 2" by the band Carey, and the violin player was still in the spotlight for this. Kree sounded good as usual, but I was noticing the differences between his game face and hers, and he was just so much more expressive while he was performing. And he didn't even open his mouth. He was just doing his thing, And Kree has this very stoic look when she performs a lot of times, and I can see the emotion in her eyes, but the rest of her face is pretty clear and just not giving us a lot. And maybe that's just something that is her, and she doesn't have a lot of expression. You guys see me all the time. When I think something, I have all kind of looks, and I don't be trying to do nothing. But some people do and some people don't. But I felt like just watching him and watching her, he just stole the performance, just totally upstaged her in this, which means they probably should have put him a little further away and behind her. But anyway, it was still a great vocal from Kree. Mariah said she prefers the sorry more than the anger from Kree. Keith said it didn't feel right for him. Nicki shouted out her dimples and said it wasn't her comfort zone and said whoever picked the song should be stoned. Randy said she's a superstar, but her voice was too big for the song and it was too ordinary for her. What did you guys think? Candice Glover was in the pimp spot tonight. She did "Somewhere" from West Side Story, and I was definitely frowning and turning up my nose when I heard this selection of this song. I was like, why would they pick that song for her? But when I heard her singing it, oh my God, Candice smashed this song like she does everything else. She has some beautiful vibrato going on and long sustained tones, but also added in some nice tasteful riffs and a little falsetto here and there, and then final 3 big notes sealed the deal, baby. The judges gave her the only standing ovation of the night. Keith said, if you don't want to vote for Candice, call your doctor because you don't have a pulse. Randy said she had one of the best performances in Idol history before, and now she's got another one. Nicki said, see you next week. At the end, Jimmy said all the girls did great tonight, which I totally agree with. They came for blood tonight. But Candice won the night with her performance of Somewhere by putting her soul into a song that everybody knows, everybody loves, and she just totally made it her own. And I totally agree. Never heard that song sung like that in my life. Lord have mercy. You better sing, girl. Candice don't win this thing, baby. I'm gonna feel like I did when Adam Lambert didn't win, because Candice is the hands down winner tonight. She tore this up from top to bottom. Not on that song. She did great on her other songs, but she did phenomenal on this performance. Okay, let me know what you thought. I know I might be biased right now. I like all of these girls, and I think and you guys always ask me who's my favorite, but at this point of the competition when it is just so crucial, you could tell Candice got first for me, Kree has second, Angie has third, even though I have a feeling it's going to be Candice and Angie in the finale. I don't know. We will see tomorrow night, or y'all will see before I see. I'm going to be checking Twitter. If I don't have Twitter on the plane, by the time I get to the hotel, I'm going to be checking to find out who is in the finale tomorrow. Oh, I will be in Thailand. I'm flying up off my bags packed. Going to Bangkok and Pattaya. If you know somebody there, tweet them, let them know that I'll be there. You know, I'll hang out, you know. Come on, let's go have some drinks and cocktails and whatnot and have some fun. But I will be back probably Tuesday night. And yes, I guess I'll see you guys on Wednesday. I sure hope I have internet access, let me tell you, on that plane, because I'm going to be I want to be following along and watching with you guys. I really do. If I can follow along on Twitter, I think I will be happy. All right, this is Robert Anton, robertantonnyc.com. I'm out. Peace.